After healing from his wounds, Praetor Vex and his Night Lords are preparing to launch an attack on another Dark Angel traitor cell. The cell is being led by Praetor Alexander. Before the Night Lords attack, Alexander contacts them.
Hello?
Brother, it is not us that are your enemy. Your enemy is the one who sent you. He has lied to all of us. Join us. Join the great power we have found. Join us.
I am coming to join you, brother. I am. How else am I gonna collect your head? I'll see you soon.
If you wish to meet your end, so be it. Tell me, champion, what did they say?
He said his head's ready to collect.
When the sun sets and the night comes, we will launch our attack.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tabletop Celts. I'm Jack. Today I'm doing some more Horus Heresy. It's going to be Dark Angels versus Night Lords. It's going to be around 1,300 points, around that mark. Alright, what I did, I made the list on Battlescribe, but I don't know if Battlescribe is like up to date with everything. Yeah, so around about 1,300 points on Battlescribe. So I'll go through the army lists, the pre-game setup, and then we can just jump straight into the actual battle. So I'll start off with the Dark Angels army list, and then I will jump into the Night Lords army list. So welcome to the Dark Angels army list. For this list, I haven't picked a Rite of War. Just because the list I made, I couldn't really fit it into any of the Rite of Wars, because I kind of built the list, then I decided to fit it in, which was not a good idea. So you're better off building a list around a Rite of War. Lol. So I've got technically two HQ choices. So I've got Praetor Alexander. He has got Artificer Armor, he's got a Power Sword, and a Plasma Pistol. So his Warlord trait is Central of the Keys. I pick a faction. So I'm picking Night Lords. On one turn, I can make it a decisive turn. When I do that, my leader and the unit he's attached to, they get +1 to their weapon skill or ballistic skill when making attacks against a unit that includes at least one model from that chosen faction. In addition, an army whose warlord has this trait may take an additional reaction during the opponent's assault phase. So I gain the weapon skill or ballistic skill, and I get an extra reaction in the assault phase, so I can pretty much overwatch twice, which is pretty freaking cool. So the second HQ unit is a Deathwing Companion Detachment. So these are his bodyguards. They all have Artificer Armor. 4 of them, including the Sergeant, have a... what the hell is the weapon called? Carbonite Warblade. One of them has a Tyrannic Greatsword. The Sergeant is the one with the red hood and the red robe. The one with the great sword, he has black robe with a cream helmet. The Sergeant has a refractor field, and then the other ones also have shields, which gives them a 5 up against shooting and a 4 up in combat, 4 up in Von. So that squad is, I forgot I have to pick wings, that squad is going to be a Deathwing unit, because I think it has to be because of, well, it's in the name. So they are a Deathwing unit. Then I'll go over to my troop choices. I've got a big block of 20 Tactical Marines. I have 8 with chain bayonets, and the rest of them have regular bayonets. All of them have bolt guns and bolt pistols, besides the bayonets. The Sergeant has Artificer Armor, he's the one in silver. He also has a chain bayonet and a bolt gun and bolt pistol. So nothing fancy in that unit. I also haven't bought a Vexilla or anything like that. They're going to be a Stormwing unit. So they get +1 to hit with bolt guns and bolt pistols, which is useful then because they're all packing it. My second troop choice, I've got a 5-man reconnaissance squad. They've got power armor. 4 of them have bolt guns, bolt pistols, and regular bayonets. The Sergeant has a combi melter and a power fist. Apologies if I'm using some 40k bits throughout my lists. It's just worked out I had the spare parts and everything to forge the army, if that makes sense. They're also going to have the Stormwing unit type, so with their bolt guns and bolt pistols, they get +1 to hit. I'll move over to my elite choices. I've got 2 Legion Dreadnoughts. One of them's got a plasma cannon and a heavy flamer, and then the gold one, well, the one with gold on it, he's got a Gravis bolter cannon and a combi bolter. Then I'll move on to my last 2 choices, which are a heavy choice. I've got a 5-man heavy weapons team, or heavy support team. They've all got heavy bolters. I haven't put artificial on them because I couldn't afford it. So they're just, as they are, just heavy bolters and bolt pistols. And then finally, I've got a tank, which is a Legion Vindicator with a Demolisher cannon and a combi bolter. Okay guys, I actually forgot that I have a tactical support squad for the Dark Angels. It's a 5-man squad. They've all got plasma guns and chainswords, but I've upgraded the plasma guns to the plasma burners, I think they're called. So they're 12 inches, assault 3, twin linked, and gets hot, or breaching 4+. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention what my Dreadnoughts and my Heavy Weapon Squad and Vindicators unit subtype is. So for them, I've gone for Fire Wing. All models in a unit and the effects of this unit subtype gain a bonus to +1 to wound when attacking a unit that contains at least one model with the independent character special rule. So they're good at taking out HQs. Welcome to the Night Lord's army list. So the rite of war I've taken is the same one as last time, which was Terror Assault. I have to play Night Fighting for at least the first 2 turns. Terror squads and Night Raptor squads can be taken as troop choices. Last part of my rite of war. Any model with this Legion Astartes Night Lord special rule and the character unit subtype in a detachment using this rite of war gains the Fear 1 special rule. So my sergeants gain Fear 1 and any other heroes that I have. Now for the actual list itself, it's being led by a Praetor, which is Praetor Vex. He has a power axe that I've upgraded to be a headsman's axe, and he's also got a plasma pistol. His warlord trait, I have given him Flame Master. A warlord with his traits gains the Fear 1 special rule, so he has Fear 1. When he gets kills in combat, that increases to a maximum of Fear 3, so you kind of want him to get stuck in there killing stuff. In addition, an army whose warlord has this trait may make an additional reaction during the opponent's assault phase as long as the warlord has not been removed as a casualty. So once again, I have 2 opportunities to do assault phase reactions, which is nice. So that's everything for him, guys. Then I'll go over to my second HQ choice, which is a champion. So a champion has a Paragon Blade for free, which is nice. And he also has a Volkite pistol, or a Volkite something. Volkite separator. Champion has a few things. So he always has to declare, let's see if I can find him. Okay, so a champion. A Legion champion must increase his weapon skill to 6. In addition, a Legion champion gains the Never Back Down special rule. If that comes up in the game, I'll explain it there. Oh, it says right here actually. Never mind, lol. If it's possible, a unit including a model with a special rule must issue a challenge when engaged in combat. And if an enemy player issues a challenge to a unit including one or more models with the special rule, then a model with a special rule must accept. So if you have 2 champions, I think they both have to accept. In addition, during any assault phase where this model begins the fight, sub-phase engagement in a challenge, model begins the fight, sub-phase engaged in a challenge, okay, or enters the challenge with an enemy model, the model and all friendly models in the same unit gain the Fearless special rule until the end of that assault phase. Nice, so that's actually really good. So you're not running basically, so even if you lose the combat, you're still fighting till the end. Plus he's got a Paragon Blade, so it's like, whoa. He has artificial armor, I should say as well. He's not like a Terminator one, he's just the regular champion. So those are my HQ choices, guys. So I'm going to move over now to my troop choices. The same as my Dark Angels, I've got a 20-man Tactical Marine Squad. The Sergeant has a plasma pistol, a bolt gun, and a power axe. He also has artificial armor. The rest of the Marines have bolt guns, bolt pistols, and chain bayonets. I have bought a Vexilla and a Vox. I haven't bought the scanner array or whatever it's called. I know I've got multiple models with a banner and the radio, the Vox and the Vexilla, but there's only one in the unit. It's just because I've merged both my Tactical Marine squads together, and I haven't painted up the others yet. Then as my second troop choice, I've got a Night Lord specific unit. It is a Night Raptor squad. So these guys have Legion Warhawk jump packs, power armor, and then I've upgraded them to have 2 lightning claws each. The Sergeant is the one wearing the helmet, and he has artificial armor. That's pretty much everything for that squad. Then I'll move over to my elite choice. So for my elite choice, I've got a Contemptor Dreadnought. He has got a Gravis Las Cannon, the Havoc Launcher, a Power Fist, and a Heavy Flamer. Then finally, I've got a heavy troop choice, which is a 10-man missile heavy support squad. They all have missile launchers. I've bought the 3 upgrades, so the Vexilla, the Vox, and the Scanner. So basically, when something drops down near them, I'm pretty sure they get to fire Overwatch for free. The Sergeant has artificial armor also, who I forgot to mention as well. The heavy weapons team, Dreadnought and the Tactical Marine squad, they have night vision, so they don't suffer the effects of night fighting. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention, I've got an Apothecary. He's also an elite choice. He has got a bolt pistol and a chainsword and artificial armor. I also realised that there was no point taking the scanner for the missile team because there's nothing dropping down. So I've just given my Apothecary artificial armor instead. For today's mission, for deployment, we're playing Clash of the Line. It's 2 triangles. I'm playing on a 44 by 60 board, and then we have 12 inches from the center, and that is the tip of the triangle, and then it just goes from corner to corner. Then for the actual mission, I am playing Shatter Strike. The game lasts for 5 turns. Then on the 6th turn, you roll a dice on a 4-up. You play the 6th turn, if not the game ends. So the victory conditions. So the primary objective. At the end of the game, each player scores 2 victory points for every friendly scoring unit in their opponent's deployment zone, and 1 victory point for every friendly denial unit in their opponent's deployment zone. Scoring and denial units are defined on page 207 under the controlling objectives. Then secondaries, we've got Slay the Warlord. If the Night Lords kill Alexander, they get a point. If the Dark Angels kill Vex, they get a point. Then we've got Attrition. The army which has destroyed the highest number of enemy units at the end of the game gains 1 victory point. Mission rules, night fighting and reserves. I'm not bothering with reserves, but night fighting is a fact because of the Night Lords. This is the actual map we're playing on. Trying something a bit different, I've actually added a hill. So a bit of a bowl and a book under to make the hill. Classic. I have no idea how it's going to look or work when I move my miniatures, but we'll find out. So for terrain, we have got 3 forests, so they are a 6-up save. We got ruined buildings. We've got 3 ruined buildings. They give you a 5-up save. Barricades and ruined walls, I believe they are a 5-up as well. For deployment, the Dark Angels deployed first, so they will also be going first unless Night Lords take the initiative. How I've deployed. So the triangle is literally from this point and then from each corner. At the end of the game, I'll measure 12 inches again, and to draw it out so I can score points to see how it looks. But I know I'm heading beyond the 2 barricades. Oh, sorry, I also forgot these vehicles. I'm also going to give so like ruined vehicles, so it'll be 5-up cover behind those as well. Yes, so how I deployed for the Dark Angels. I've got the 20 block of Tactical Marines here. I've got my heavy bolters behind the barricade. My Dreadnought and my Dreadnought. I got my leader, Praetor Alexander, his bodyguard unit. I got my Vindicator. Then I've got my skirmish unit, my recon unit. And then finally I've got my tactical support squad with their plasma burners and chainswords by here. And that's how I've deployed for the Dark Angels. Then for the Night Lords, I've got my 20 block of Tactical Marines. My champion has joined that squad, so he's either going to make it to the end or not. We're just going for it. Got Praetor Vex for there. My Dreadnought, the Night Raptor squad, or the Terror squad, one of those. And I've got my missile launcher team with my Apothecary there. So night fighting is active. And I'm going to see if Night Lords take the initiative. I'm trying to think if I actually want to as a Night Lords player. Don't think I do. I think I'm just going to let Dark Angels come to me as the Night Lords player. Come forward a bit. And then we'll see how we go from there. I've done my Dark Angels movement. So what I've done, I shifted the Recon squad over there. So my plan is basically to keep the Recon squad and my Heavy Bolters in my deployment zone to keep the Night Lords out. It might not be a great plan, but you know, Heavy Bolters, Power Fist, you know, Combi Melter, it could work. I moved the Vindicator up and he's popped smoke. He moved full. Moved pretty much everything else besides the Heavy Bolters forward. I wasn't too sure what to do with the big block. I wasn't keen on just running up the top. So I just move them a bit forward and see what the Night Lords do with theirs. My bodyguard and my leader has moved up around. Dreadnoughts move forward and the plasma team has moved forward. In the shooting phase, I haven't really got anything to shoot because night fighting, everything is out of range. Well, technically my Dreadnought is in range of the Tactical Marines, but because of the line of sight, because of the hill, I can't see them. So the only thing, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to run my Tactical Support Squad, but I just want to get them into cover. So they just move their initiative. Just something like that. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the guy with the red on his helmet, he's the sergeant. That's everything for the Dark Angels first turn, and I'll be back now in just a sec with the Night Lords first turn. So I've done some Night Lord movement. Left the rocket launchers and the Apothecary where they are. My Dreadnought and Vex have moved up. My Tactical Marines and the Champion have moved up. As has my Raptor squad. So the Raptors moved 12, but I don't want them jumping too far ahead because the Dark Angels do have a lot of firepower. So I'm just keeping them back, which is kind of a pain because I could just fly them over 12, but then they get just shot to death. So I don't think that's a good idea. My kind of main objective is to take out the Dreadnoughts and the tanks first before I start engaging them properly. But we'll just have to see how it goes. My missile launchers do have line of sight of the vehicle, but it will have a 5-up cover save. As does my Dreadnought. I'll tell you what, I'll shoot first and then I'll decide if I want to run or not. So the first thing I'm going to shoot, I'm going to do 2 las cannon shots into the Vindicator. Hitting on 2s. Damn, they both hit. Now he's not affected by night fighting because of night vision. Wounding on... let me see. It's strength 9. You plus that to the roll. So 9 is 12. I believe that's a fail because it's 13 armor on his front. But that is a wound because 9 plus 5 is 14 and his armor is 13. So that's a wound, but he does get a 5-up save against it because of his smoke. And he fails. So it's just a pen, I believe. So it's AP 2, but because it wasn't a penetrating hit, it was just a... Oh no, it was, because it succeeded its armor. So I roll on the chart, and I get +1 to this because I'm AP 2. It's a 5. I just need to check what that is. So I checked. Because I got a 5... It's weapon destroyed, and it's the person who controls the vehicle's choice. So I'm going to choose to destroy the Combi Bolter. So imagine that guy at the top just got las cannon to death, and they lose a hull point. So they got 3 hull points left. That's everything for the Dreadnought. The next thing I'm going to shoot is this missile launcher team, and I'm going to do all my rockets into the Vindicator. So it's going to be 10 shots. I'm hitting on 3s because of night vision. Damn. It is strength 8, so I need to get a 13, so I need 1, 2 is 10, 3, 4, 5s. 5's the wound. Took me a minute there. Yep, so we just get the 1 glance hit. Hasn't gone beyond his armor. It's 13, so it's just a glance hit. So that does 1 wound. So it'll take... Oh, he does have a save against it, actually, because of smoke. And he saves it anyway. He's still on 3 health points. Do I have any more shooting? They can't see because of the hill. Do I want to run them? They move 4 inches. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Because the Dark Angel's going to come up and shoot them. Yeah, I think I am going to move them forward. So my champion with the Tactical Marine Squad move forward. Vex move forward. And the Raptors move forward as well. That's everything for turn 1 of the Night Lords. I'll be back now in just a sec with Dark Angels turn 2. For Dark Angels movement, I've basically just shuffled everything forward. The Recon Squad move behind the Heavy Bolters. They're staying there. The Dreadnought and the Vindicator have moved forward. The Tactical Marines have moved forward. I couldn't get enough of them into the building, so I just laid them outside the building. About 5 of those guys have line of sight because of the gap in the wall and the window. My Bodyguard and my Warlord, Alexander, has moved forward, as is the Dreadnought, and those guys have moved forward as well. My idea is to flank with that squad when they move a bit closer, and maybe charge this squad this turn, depending how shooting goes. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot my Dreadnought over here. So his Heavy Flamer is out of range. Just like that. Oh, he slightly fell there. I gotta be careful with this because it's not great. But I do have line of sight with my plasma cannon. And it lands directly on this guy here. It's getting a good chunk of them. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys and my champion and the leader. So I'm going to see if I hit with my plasma cannon. But I have to reroll this because of night fighting. Okay, so it goes... Wait, freaking change that, lol. A lot that way. But I believe I have to reroll because of night fighting anyway. And his ballistic skill is... I have to check. So I take away 5 from that, so it's technically 4 inches that way, so the guy is here, and then it's 5 inches, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about there. So it's hitting 9 of them, including the sergeant, which isn't great. So I've gone back to measure this properly for you. So it was 5 inches from this guy, this direction, okay? And it's already off. Boom, we'll do that. So 5 inches this way. So from that guy, where is it? So it's like there, and then it goes up till like there, and then it's literally all these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys below. Okay, this is the plasma cannon. Wounding. Oh, does it get hot? It doesn't. Strength is 8, I believe. Okay, so it is wounding on 2s. I need to have a look at something. So I had to look at the rules of what the gun actually does. So it's breaching 4+. It's actually strength 7, so this is technically a miss. So it's 3 regular saves and 5 shroud saves because of night fighting. I'll do these on the sergeant. He gets all them, and then these are just 5 shrouds for night fighting. And I get, I believe it's 5+, 3 of them, so 2 guys die. So I shall take these 2 by here. These and this guy. Then the next thing I'm going to shoot my Vindicator. He is going to put his Demolisher Cannon into the Missile Launcher Squad. So that's where 24 takes me. I am getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys with that if I hit. Let me see if I can get this on camera. So that's a direct hit, but I have to re-roll it because of night fighting. And it's a direct hit anyway. So it's brutal 3, and it is rending 6 plus. It's also strength 12. So 7 dice on 2s. So 1 miss there. So we didn't get any at rending. 6 saves we have to make. But it's 3 saves per guy. Alright. So I need to do 3 saves 6 times for each Marine. So the first lot, actually, strength 12. That's how many wounds go through. It's technically instant death, but I have my 5 up shrouds because of night fighting. It doesn't matter. So 1 Marine dead, 2 Marines dead, 3 Marines dead, 4 Marines dead, 4 Marines, 5, nope, and 6. That was close, but 6 Marines do die, so that is a lot. That's a freaking morale check, isn't it? Oh no, I have my, I do have the Shroud save, and I have my Apothecary save as well. So the guy that passed 2 of the saves, he's fine. Oh no, sorry, they don't get it because it's instant death. Because it's such a high strength, instant death just cancels the Apothecary save anyway. That's some devastating shooting from the Dark Angels. There's only 4 rockets left. Glad I put the Apothecary in there, lol. I'm going to do 5 bolter shots. Oh, do I want to? Because it's return fire as well. How many of them can see? So 5 Dark Angels to see those, but 4 of them can see them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot my Dark Angels bolt gunner to them, and they're going to return fire. So it's going to be 10 shots because it's rapid fire. Hitting on 3s. Yes. Because it's night, it's technically 4s. Because of their wing, it's a +1, so it's back down to 3s. Wounding on 4s. A few drops there. So it's 3 saves. I'll take it on the Sergeant. Ugh. Does he get a Shroud save for that? Or no, you just pick it, don't you? It's Invon. It's armor, yeah. No. Just in case it is. No, he would have died anyway. Then I have 2 more saves on regular Marines. And they're fine. So I lose the Sergeant with his power axe, which sucks. And it's 1 less shooting. Oh no, technically he still gets to shoot back as well. So what did I say it was? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots back. So it's technically 8 shots back. 3s, because they have night vision. That's a bit caught. There we go. 4s. Oh, pretty good. 4 wounds. Where is their Sarge? The Sergeant's back here, so they can't take it on him, so it's just their 3 up saves. And, ooh, they fail too. So I shall take these 2 by here. That's everything for shooting. Do I want to charge with anything? No, I'm not going to charge with anything. So that is Dark Angels turn 2. Apologies, I owe a morale here. So they still have their banner and the Sergeant. And they're fine. I don't think anyone else, they only lost 1. That was a reaction. That's all the morale. Night Lord's turn 2. So I've done the Night Lord's movement. I moved these guys back into coherency. My Raptors flew, so that moved, and then the Dark Angels reacted by moving the Dreadnought up a bit. My Tathel Marines and my 2 heroes have moved forward, as has my Dreadnought. My plan is to take this out, and then charge the Dreadnought maybe. So then I can take these 2 units out, charge them in, which is a bit risky, and hopefully start taking them out in combat. Because of their fear, I think. So the unit has fear 1 standard, but then my Right of War gives me an additional 1 on my Sergeant, so I believe my Sergeant's fear 2, so that might come in useful for morale. And then I kind of need to keep the Tathel Marine squad alive, because they're my big scoring unit at the moment. So if I can take out their tackle squad, there is a lot to deal with. I'm hoping my raptors can do a lot, to be honest. And we'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot this dreadnought into that, the Vindicator. Everything's going into it. I don't think a heavy flamer can actually wound it, but I'll have to have a double check. And I'll have to see what the Havoc launcher does. But I'll start off with my las, my Gravis las cannon. Oh, that sucks. One hit. Add 9 to this roll. So it's 10, 11, 12. That fails to wound. That freaking sucks. Because it's only strength 5, it can't actually hurt the tank, either my flamer or my Havoc launcher. So my dreadnought does nothing. So what I'm going to do, I don't think bolt guns can hurt it either. I'm going to shoot a plasma pistol into it and see if that can do something. So it hits. It is strength 7, I believe. So that would be a 10. Even if it was strength 8, it would only be an 11, so that fails to wound. Next thing I'm going to shoot this front row into that single Dark Angel that they can see. I'm not even going to bother to freaking react to that because I can't shoot anything anyway. So it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. Nice. Wounding on 4s. That's big cards. It's got 5 wounds. And then it has a 3-up save. He fails it, and we just kill 1 Dark Angel. Boop. Oh, actually, technically, they would see this guy as well, and I got a 2 and a 1. Yeah, sorry guys, this guy will also die as well, because I can see him through the window. Don't be like that now. Right, that is all my shooting. Now, I'm kind of stuck on what to do. I'm going to charge this dreadnought into this dreadnought. And then he's going to overwatch. It's D3 instead of using templates. So the plasma cannon, it's D3. It's 1 shot. I need to check. That is a hit. It is strength 8 against, so I think it's a 2. And that fails to wound. Heavy flamer, 1. And that fails to wound also. So then it's going to be a charge, and I'll show what I need exactly. 5, 6, 7. I think 7 just gets me in there, luckily enough. So if I go there, and if I keep it there, and go there, it's just in. So he makes it in. Yeah. Like so. Yeah. It's a bit awkward, but there we are. So those 2 dreadnoughts are fighting. We're going to do the Raptor squad into the Tactical Marines. Now, I need to see who has line of sight is the thing, and kind of show you guys as well. So, I think literally 1, 2, maybe 3 guys can shoot. So I'm thinking those 2 and the guy kind of in the window over there. So there's 3 shots. So it's technically 6 shots going into them. Sorry, I know it's a bit hard to see because of the hill. Let's look at it from the perspective of them. Gangster shot. I actually think only 1 can see from that angle. Oh, maybe 2 because of that guy in the window. It's 2 shots. I'll give it 2 shots. Sorry for the weird angle. I was just trying to get it done properly. So it's 4 shots, hitting all 3s. 1 hit, 1 to wound. That's a wound. And that's a save. Then we have to make the charge. Something big. That's not big. That's crap. So 4 inches. I don't know. That's just going to get him shot. So I think they literally just moved 2 forward, which freaking sucks. Well, at least they're in a ruin now, I guess. Now they're just going to be up in the open, kind of. for the rest of the Tactical Marines to shoot at them, so that's kind of sucky. So then let's go over to the Dreadnought fight. So the Dreadnought charge, so he has 4 attacks. They're both weapon skill 5+, so he's hitting on 4s. He gets 1 hit. Then it is strength 9, so it's a 2 to wound. It wounds, it's AP 2, so the Dreadnought will have his 5-up save, which he fails, so he takes a wound. I think he's got 4 wounds altogether, so we're down to 3. Then this Dreadnought gets hit back with 3 attacks. All hit. It's going to be 2s to wound. So that's 2 wounds. Then has a 5-up invuln. And it fails both of those, so that's 2 damage on him. And that will leave him on 4 wounds left. So that's the end of combat. There's no morale that needs to be taken. Yeah, I've done all my movement, but I quickly got to see if night fighting ends. On a 4+ it doesn't. It doesn't, so it's still night fighting. Right, what I've done, I moved my Tactical Marine squad into the building. So they all have line of sight now on the Raptors, and they're in the building officially. The Dreadnought and the Tactical Support team are moving forward. I believe the Dreadnought has line of sight on the Tactical Marines. These guys moved up to back the Tactical Marines. The Dreadnoughts are still in combat, and my tank has moved forward. Basically, my plan is to do with this is to deal with them finally, and then kind of put some pressure on at the back. Because he moved within 12, Vex has moved forward. Maybe you can check it out, I have no idea. Heavy Bolters and the Recon Squad have stayed back just to secure the deployment zone, if all this goes to hell. And yes, that is pretty much it. So the first thing I'm going to do Fury of the Legion, that squad into the Night Raptors. Or the Raptors, sorry, I can't remember exactly what they're called. As a reaction, they go into... I can't remember what the shooting reaction's called now. Night Raptors are going to evade against the shots. Right, I need to work out how many freaking shots there are. 48 shots going into the Night Raptors. Okay guys, so I'm first rolling 28 dice. And then I'll roll another 20 after this. Okay, so I'm hitting on 3s. All these can go away. That's all them. Sorry if there's any blur. Then I'm wounding on 4s for these. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll re-roll that one because I was a bit cocked. So 9 wounds so far, and then I've got to roll another 20. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Damn, that's a bit more. Right, okay. How many is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9 again. Well, that's pretty cool. 9 plus 9 is 18. So 18 saves they need to make. So I'll take away 2 white dice. I need to double check what the save actually is. So you have a 3-up save and then a 5-up for evade. Oh, one fell out. Okay, so they got a decent amount of them through. Saved, sorry. So all them saved, and then they got 5-ups to make. And they made 2 of those, so that is 3 wounds out of 18. Because 3 wounds went through, they have 2 wounds each, 1 died and 1 takes a wound. I need to see if the heavy bolters can actually see them now. The heavy bolters don't have line of sight because of the building is in the way and their guys are in the way, so they can't see them. That Dreadnought, he is going to shoot his Combi Bolter and Bolt Cannon into these Tactical Marines. So I'll do the Combi Bolter. Twin linked. Doesn't matter. And then wounding on a 4+, and it doesn't wound. The Gravis Bolt Cannon is heavy 6, so hitting on 2s will hit. It was twin linked as well. It's strength 5, so it's wounding on 3s. That's a bit cocked. That's out of the box. So it is 5 saves on the Marines. The Sergeant's already dead, so it is what it is. It's just a 3-up save. That's a bit cocked. Big animal. So those plasma guns are out of range because they're only 12 inches. So this is going to shoot now, and it's going to go into the rocket team. So I'm going to put it right in the middle, so I'm hitting all of them. So seeing if we hit. That goes a lot that way. I think I've been doing it wrong. I don't think night fighting affects you don't have to re-roll it. I'm pretty sure I've mixed it up with something else, so apologies about that. So basically, the dice was like facing this way. I had a look at the video, and it's worse than the ballistic skill by 1. So I took away 3 from the roll, which made it a 6. So the target moved 6 back, and it didn't hit anything. So the next thing is combat. I haven't got any combat over there. I just got the Dreadnought. So what my Dreadnought's going to do... Yeah, they're just going to have a Dreadnought fight. So they are both weapon skill. So the Contemptor goes first. It has 3 attacks now, because he hasn't charged. Hitting on 4s. Gets 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 2 wounds. 5 up invuln. Pass 1, fail 1. He loses another hull point, so I'll take him down to 2. Then this Dreadnought hit back with his 3 attacks. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. 5 up invuln. He fails both of his. So that would take him down to 2 wounds as well. Damn. These Dreadnoughts kicking each other's asses. And that is Dark Angel's turn 3. I left Vex where he was. I left the rocket launchers where they were. I had flew my Raptor squad over here. In response, Alexander pulled back. And I moved my champion and all my tactical marines up. So they're 1 inch away. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot a plasma pistol from my from Vex into the thing, hitting on a 3 or a 2. I think it's a 2. It's pretty tall. Strength 8, 10. That fails to wound. Then we're going to do 4 rocket launcher shots into the front of this. So it's hitting on 4s. 3, sorry. 3 hits. It is wounding on 5s. 6s are penetrating. We got 1 glance hit. So it's got 2 left. Then we're going to shoot... Oh, that's risky. Basically, I was thinking I can just shoot all my bolt pistols into them, but then they get to return fire. And then I was going to charge into them. Oh no, they can't, it's because they've got bolt pistol. Well, it's still bolt pistol shots. I don't know if I'm better off just killing them in combat, so they only have the 1 round to shoot in. I don't think it's worth 1 round of me shooting, and they have 2 rounds of shooting. I'll tell you what I will, I'll just shoot my pistols into them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pistol shots into that squad. Plus I'll have my champion's pistol as well, but we'll work that out later. So pistols into those guys, hitting on 3s. The Dark Angels are returning fire. That's a miss, that's a cocked eye. That's a miss. Then it's going to be 4s to wound. Not too bad, I guess. And then it's going to be 3 up saves. I dropped a die there. Oof. Alright. So that is 3 dead. I'll just take the back 3 so it's easier. So it's going to be 13 bolt pistol shots. Ooh, I haven't done my leader's pistol shot actually, my champion. And he misses anyway. So 13 pistol shots, hitting on 3s. The reason they have been hitting on 3s is because of their wing, remember? Storm wing. Hitting on 3s, that's a bit wobbly. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. I'll just take them on regular guys. And they save both of those. That's all my shooting. I'm going to do a charge from Vex into the tank. I'm not sure how it's going to work with... I think he's out of his front arc. So I don't think he gets to Overwatch. So I'm just going to call it like that. If that's... Where's the... So like his front arc's like that, isn't it? So he's like out of his front arc. I'm going to do a charge with Vex into the tank. 7, he gets in. I think I can only get him into his front arc then, instead of me going to his side. My Raptors into these guys, into the Deathwing. They don't have any... Oh, I guess there's a plasma pistol in there. And I get to Overwatch twice anyway, so... Plasma pistol. Hits. Wounds. Plasma pistol. I'm going to see if it's relevant. No, so he probably dies. I couldn't remember if there was... Because technically he has a 5-up shroud as well. So we do lose another one on the way in. We'll see if they can make that charge. 9 inches, yeah, that's plenty. So get in there. Obviously these guys are going to charge these guys. Then I'm going to return fire with bolt pistols. So 13 bolt pistol shots into these guys now because they're going to charge. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. There's a few wounds. 3 saves. 4 saves, sorry. We do lose 1 on the way in. So I shall just take this extra banner. And like, even on the double one they make it. Yeah, there you go, they make it in. But before I move them though, he has to initial a challenge. The sergeant's just going to accept. Okay, so that's happened. The sergeant's there, and the champion's there. I think the first combat I'm actually going to do is this one, and I will issue a challenge with my sergeant against the Praetor, and I think the Praetor will accept. So they swap places. Ugh, I'm starting to regret this hill with these guys. Just stand there. Just freaking stand there. So looking something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to start off with this. I'm just going to check everyone's weapon skill and everything like that. Alexander versus a Raptor. So Alexander goes first. He's hitting on 3s because he has better weapon skill. He has 4 attacks. Ooh, not a great roll. That's probably enough. He is strength, I believe it's user. Let's see if it matters. Oh, dude. I need to double check that. Right, because it's strength user for power swords, those fail. So that freaking sucks. Then it's initiative 4, which is everyone else. So I'll start off with the sergeant, who's in combat with Alexander. He has 6 attacks, because charge and lightning claws, and he has 3 base. So it's that. He's hitting on 5s, because he's worst blessed skill. Freaking heck. He's got 4 hits. Lightning claws are strength, I believe, user. But they do have shred. So it is strength user. But he does have shred. Oh, right, okay. So that's 1 fail. Well, this one's just a regular 2-up save. And he freaking fails. So he takes a wound. And then these are on his Iron Halo, which is a 4-up. Oh, my days. Freaking... Oh, he's freaking dead. Lol. Okay. So, Alexander is badly injured or killed. We don't know. Then the rest of the combat happens. So I'll do the other 2. So Let's have a look. I should have freaking denied the challenge, but oh well. I didn't think you would, to be fair, I didn't think you would fail that badly. Okay. They have 2 attacks, and then they have 1 for the charge, and 2 for lightning claws. So 5 attacks each, so it's 10. So they're the same weapon skill. So these raptors written on 4s. Get away, get away. So get 5 through. Then it's strength user, so it's going to be 4s. So a bit cocked. Okay. There is 3 with rending and 1 regular save. So it's going to be a 2 up. Passes. Then I'm not going to take these on the sergeant, they're just going to be on the other guys, okay? So they will have a 4 up invuln. They have 2 wings each, so one of them straight up dies. But he will get to hit back, so the same initiative, so I'll just take this guy by here. The sergeant is that one there. So it's going to be 7 attacks with the sergeant and 2 of them, and then it's going to be 2 attacks with the great sword. So I'll do the small sword first with the 7. Actually, it's going to be not 7, 9. It's going to be 9 attacks because the guy that died technically still gets to fight. So it's 8, 9, hitting on 4s. Not great. Wounding on whatever. Oh my days. Freaking heck. Okay guys, so it's AP 3. It gives you a +1 strength, so this one technically wounds. Right, the sergeant has artificial armor. Can I take it on him even though I don't think they can? I'm just going to say, because he's technically not in the combat, he can't. So one of them takes a wound. So I'll just put a wound on this guy. Then I'm going to do the greatsword with 2 attacks. Trying a greatsword, hitting on 4s, and he freaking misses, so don't even worry about it. Right, okay, so I'll quickly do the morale for this unit. I need to see if they're fearless. So they've lost 3, 4, 5, so they're on 5, and the raptors have lost 1. They're also -2. So technically they're on 7 because of the Fear 2 special rule. And they just killed their warlord, so that's pretty friggin' badass as well for the Night Lords. I need to see if they're fearless. So I couldn't find any special of them being fearless or anything like that. So they're actually -6 to their morale. Their leadership 9, so they need a 3 or below not to run. Okay? Perfect. They don't run, they stay in combat. Then I'm going to do Vex versus a tank. Okay, so Vex is going for the tank. He don't care. Oh, I dropped a die. So it's 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. It's a bit cocked. Oh my days. There we are. Because a vehicle sucks in combat, but they can't be locked in combat, I'm pretty sure. So these are strength 8. So let's see what we roll. We need to beat a 13, so I think we need 5s and 6s. Okay, so we got 2 5s. I need to see if he has any special rules on his axe. I just realised it doesn't matter because he only had 2 wounds left anyway. So we had shred anyway. And we got 2 6s, of course we did. That would mean we have to roll on the chart twice. 13 here, but he's 14. Yeah, so we have to roll the chart twice. I think that's an explosion. Yes, he's blowing up. How many inches? 4. He's literally just getting Vex. So he's taking a hit. I think that fails to wound him. I'll do a save anyway, just in case. Yeah, he's fine. So that is destroyed. Vex took out the tank. He is now Fear 2. I mean, I would be pretty scared of him too. He took out a tank, and then when it exploded, he just tanked it anyway. Then I'm going to do Let's do the Dreadnought one, and then we'll do the big one last. So we'll do the Contemptor first with his 3 attacks. Hitting on 4s, 1 hit, 1 wound. Fails the save, so he's got 1 hull point left. Then he gets to attack back with his 3 attacks. 4s, 2 hits. Those could kill him. Oh, that's got. That's a fail. Have I been doing this wrong? Or 1 wound, because it's a power fist. She has 1 wound left. Guys, I think I've been doing the freaking combat wrong over here. Because they're power fists, I just realised. So there'd be strength a lot. Let me double check. Okay guys, so it's freaking boiling where I am. I'm pretty sure I might have been doing that wrong. Because they're brutal 3 as well. They're strength 9. They've been taking on their invulns, hopefully. But yeah, they're both on 1 wound. Sorry if I've been doing that wrong. So we'll do the last combat now, which is freaking Tactical Marines or us. Right, I don't think these guys, the back 5, don't get to attack. Because I just can't fit any more in there. So they're not attacking. My leader gets to attack first, the champion. Okay, so my champion has 4 attacks. So he's hitting on 3s. And then he's pretty much killing on 2s. He's got him. So that kills the sergeant. Yeah. Then everyone else gets to attack. Okay guys, I'm just going to say 2 Dark Angels can attack, and it's these back to the back of the building over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 of them can attack. Okay guys, so I worked it out. They have to remove the building. So I've got 4 chain bayonets, so I'll do them first. So they're weapon skill 4, so it's 4s. That's 2 hits. Strength 5, so 3s. With shred. That's 2 wounds, 2 saves. They pass both of them. Then we've got the regular bayonets. 4s. That's pretty good. And then it's going to be 3s. That's a bit cocked, and that's a bit cocked. 4 wounds. It's going to be 3 up saves. Ooh, okay, so that kills 3 Night Lords. Just take 1, 2, 3 Night Lords away. Then the Night Lords get to hit back, so they've all got chainswords, so this is easier to remember. Okay, so they always get the +1 for the charge. It's the 1 for having 2-handed weapons. The 1 for having a bolt pistol as well, so it's just the extra attack. So it is 22 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Alright, sorry. Then it's wounding on 3s because of +1 strength with shred. So I get the reroll as well. Oh my days. 3s. With shred. That's cocked. That one was originally cocked. Okay. Oh, there you go. So it's that many, which is 7. Then they have their saves. That's a bit cocked. Ugh. So they lose 3 also. Yes, they lose 3 Marines. I'm just going to take the back 3. 1, 2, 3 to make combat easier, like so. They've lost by 4 because they killed the sergeant. Then they have the champion who causes fear. So they're actually losing by 5. So they're -2 to their morale. They don't have a ban or anything. They've lost their sergeant. And I have a Vixilla as well. So I believe that makes them 6. So they lost by 3. So their leadership is probably 8, I would assume, or 7. Either way, that is a freaking fail. So they fail that, so they're going to run. But then I'm going to pursue. But the Night Lords, they catch them and they kill them all. What I did, I removed all the Dark Angel models and I did their initiative, so they moved a bit forward as well. I also did the same with Rex, so he moved a bit as well. That was a hell of a freaking swap around. Took out the tank, took out the tacticals with the Night Lords, took out the leader, Alexander, but the Dark Angels still have a lot in it. For example, they don't get their charge bonus now. They also have decent combat, well, amazing combat I should say. I also have a Dreadnought, free to shoot now, and the Plasmas, and Heavy Bolters in this squad still left to shoot as well. And I'm pretty sure the rocket launchers are very useless at the moment for the Night Lords, so they're still in the fight. So I've done Dark Angel's movement, bit of a freaking pain, not gonna lie. The hill looks cool, but freaking heck is, you just can't put models down. So the Dreadnought ended up there. I got that squad there. One of the plasma guns can see through the window. The Dreadnought can see the champion and a few Marines that way. I moved the recon squad to back up this squad, so hopefully together they can take them out. You never know. Heavy bolters have stayed put. The heavy bolters can see 2 Marines in the building, but there. And that's pretty much it for movement. Let's do some shooting. Oh, I realise I probably don't even want to shoot my plasma. They can only kill one guy, I suppose. So the first thing I'm going to shoot is this Dreadnought into these guys. So I'll do the bolter, the Gravis bolter cannon first. It's no longer night fighting. So I'm hitting on 2s. It is twin linked. Nice. And because there's an independent character in there, and because of my wing, I get to +1 to wound. So it's 3s to wound. It didn't matter, this like this. So it's 2 wounds, taking on 2 Marines. 1 dies. Ugh. You also got a combi bolter. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 2 saves. And then we got 1 plasma gun through the window. Here, 3s. Oh, re-rolls because it's twin linked. It gets hopped. Does he die? No. I do get 1 wound though. Wait, what was I doing? No, that's the hit. Then I get to wound. Fails to wound. Cool. That friggin' sucked. The heavy bolters are going to shoot into the 2 guys I saw in the building. So there's 4, 8. 4, 8, 16. 20 shots. 20 shots from heavy bolters into them, hitting on 3s. They get +1 to wound because there's an independent character in there. So these are on 2s. They all wound. I guess we'll just take them all on Marines. I don't want to take them on my champion. Ooh, let me see. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them on my champion with his 2-up save. It's fine. Basically, if I take a wound, I'm going to swap. Takes a wound. Do I keep going? Because I need the Tactical Marines alive to score the points, but he's also a badass in combat. Because of the Paragon Blade. I'll just take these on Marines. So my champion's taking a wound. That's a bit cocked. And then I lose a Marine. Boop. And my champion has got 1 wound left. Which isn't great. That's them shooting. Done that. I don't want to shoot these guys because I want them to charge. I think that is all my shooting done. So for charges, this recon squad is going to charge those guys. Oh, get out of here. A 2? No, I think it's literally just out. That freaking sucks, doesn't it? Lol. Okay, that's not happening then. This Dreadnought is going to try and charge the Tactical Squad. They're not even going to bother trying to Overwatch. They shall stand fast, so they're going to take a courage test and fail, so that sucks. So the Dreadnought's going to charge a 7. Yeah, 5 gets him in. I suppose it's -2, so yeah, that gets in. He's charging these guys. Even if he can't kill them, he's just holding them up. I'll just get in the building. Just get in there. There we go. So the Dreadnought's in there. Question is, do I want to send my plasma guns in there? I don't think I do. The thing is, I don't want to send the plasma guns down this way to take these guys out, because they can just get rocketed to death. And that doesn't sound fun. But I do need units on this side of the board too to score. But also I need to deal with Vex as well. So it's not great. No, I won't charge, I'll just leave them where they are. So the combat phase, I'll start off here. The Contemptor gets to fight first. There's 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on a 3, he wounds. Dreadnought saves, the other Dreadnought gets hit back. He doesn't even hit him. So they're stuck in combat. We shall do this one. They all get to go. Sergeant has 5 attacks. Then the other guys have 2 attacks, 2 for the chainswords. So it's 8, 10, 13 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. With shred. Or wound. They have artificial... I shouldn't have done that. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I was checking if Lightning Claws did anything on 5s, but it doesn't. It's AB3, but they have artificial armor on, so these are on 2s. Basically, not the Sergeant and the Greatsword. One guy takes a wound, so I shall put it on this one. So he's taking a wound. That's them attack, and then they get to attack back. So the Sergeant and these 2 have 7 attacks. I'll have to do this Greatsword differently because he only has 2. So I'll do them first. 7 attacks. Hitting on 4s. They get +1 strength, so it's 3s to wound. So that's 2 wounds. I need to see if those 2 do anything. So this one's rending, so that will kill one of them. But then I'm going to take this one on the Sergeant's artificial armor. That's a bit cocked. He's fine. So they do lose 1. The Raptors did 1 wound. Dark Angels did 2. So the Raptors lose. So we'll do a Raptor's courage. Oh, that's not great, is it? Well, they fail their courage, so they're going to run away. Oh. So they managed to get away from the bodyguards. Oh, so they're going to go 6 up here, basically. If they can stand there. Oh, really? They're just going to fly over them to 6. Isn't it the closest board edge or something like that? Guys, I'm just going to fly them back that way. Just because they're not standing on top of this. Now we've got to do this combat. So basically everyone gets to attack before the Dreadnought does. Champion's Paragon Blade hitting on 3s because he's weapon skill 6. So that's 2 hits. It's +1 strength, so he needs... Find out... +1 strength. It's not 4s. Or is it? This one he has a 2-up save against. Oh, can that be any more cocked? Right, he fails that. I'm seeing a pattern here. So he's taken 1 wound. Then against this he has a 5-up, which he fails. Now it does, Monstrous Strike was on a 6, so it does cause instant death, but because he's a Dreadnought he takes D3 instead. This can still kill him. So he's taken 1, takes another 2, so he's lost 3 hull points, which I believe it leaves him on 1. 11 Marines get to fight back. So these are the chain bayonets. Hitting on 5s because of his weapon skill. That one's cocked. Then, oh, we still got decent. Got 3 few. Only need to do 1. Strength 5 against toughness 6, so it is wounding on 5s. Nothing. Oh, shred. Dude, this dice tray freaking sucks. Alright, he's got 1 wound. 2 up save, or he's dead. No, he's fine. Then the Dreadnought gets to hit back. He's got 4 attacks. Hitting on 5s, because he's got a lower weapon skill than the champion. He gets 1 hit. 1 wound. So it's strength 9. So that just kills a Marine. Blip. Dreadnoughts are fearless and they don't run. So that was Dark Angel's turn 4. Okay guys, so Night Lord's turn 4. I moved Vex forward. I left the rocket launchers where they were because I'm such a dumbass being a Dark Angel player. I just realised that they have clear line of sight on my friggin' plasma guns and night fighting's over. I need to see if that Raptor squad rallies. They do, so they get to move. Thing is, where do I want them to go? Oh yeah, let's go over here. Let's take these guys. These guys are gonna... Those guys are flying over there. In response... Actually, these guys will move up. To catch up with them. Like that. One's on a wound. I'm going to shoot 4 rocket launcher shots into the squad over there. Hitting on 3s. Okay, wounding on 2s because of strength 8. They are AP3 I believe, so I'm going to take them on a Sarge. Sarge. Oh, he doesn't have artificial armor. So it's AP3, so I've just taken 3 casualties away from the plasma squad over there. Vex is in range to shoot his plasma pistol on that squad, so he's going to do that. Hitting on that. Wounding on that. Ooh. Does a plasma... Let's see if it's relevant. It's not relevant, it kills 1. Boop. Or actually, I'll fire back. I forgot about that. I forgot I have actions. So, 1 shot will have 2, the other one will have 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds. 2 up save. He passes them all. I literally think that is everything for shooting. So I'm going to do some charges. I'm going to long bomb at 12. Should I even bother? Yeah, maybe we'll come back to that. Is it worth risking these guys just to charge plasma? Or should I go back into the swords? See if I can take some of them on. I'm not going to risk the overwatch with these two. So what I'm going to do instead, I am going to charge these guys. Let's see if I get in. I do. So I'll just charge to them like that. I've actually done this unit wrong. They have sudden strike. So when they charge, they get +1 to their initiative. So these guys are actually going before those guys. So I've done that. I did that wrong in the first combat. Sorry about that. There's so many bloody rules. I'm to charge with Vex into these Marines. I'm going to see if I make it first and then I'll do the Overwatch. So he needs 12. I mean, that was pretty close. Just moving a bit closer like that. They'll get to do their Overwatch. 5 shots hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound on Vex. Ooh, that freaking sucks. He takes a wound. I think he has 3 left. I think it's 3, but I'll double check obviously if he takes any more. I'm not going to bother charging anything else because everything else is in combat. So I'm going to start off with the Dreadnought combat. So the Contemptor goes first. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s or 2s. That's a wound. 5 up. He dies. The initiative, yes, he goes before him. So he blows up 4 inches. So 3 of those Marines are getting hit. The Dreadnought's getting hit and Vex is getting hit. So I'll do Vex. It wounds. He saves it. The 3 Marines inside the building. 3 wounds. 3 saves. And then the Dreadnought doesn't even wound him. So that kills that Dreadnought. I guess he'll just pile in, I guess, or whatever. So he's going that way. Ooh, that was clutch though. I'm going to do the Champion and the Tactical Marines into the Dreadnought. Champion with his 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. And he fails to wound. Then I've got all my Tactical Marines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe these are on 5s. Get rid of those. So 4 hits, then it's 5s to wound. They get to reroll because of Shred. That is 3 wounds. The Dreadnought will have his 2-up save. Passes them all. Then he'll get to hit back. He hits 2 times. I think he's killing on 2s. So I'll just kill a Marine. The Dreadnought won, and the Champion's rules don't activate because he didn't challenge anyone. So that's a morale check. Okay, so the Champion's leadership 9. So at -1, that would be 9, so they're fine. Just. So that's those combats done. Then we're going to do this combat where the Night Raptors get to fight first because of Sudden Strike. So the Sergeant has 3 attacks, 2 for the Lightning Claws, 1 for the Charge, so that's 6 attacks, 5 attacks for the other guy. Hitting on 4s because of the same weapon skill. Nice. Wounding on, it is Strength User, so it's going to be 4s. It's cocked. Okay, so I got 2, but they do have Shred, so we got 2 so far. I need to have a look what Lightning Claws do again. This one's Rending, so I'll take this on a 4-up invuln. It fails, so the person that was on a wound dies. And then these are on 2-ups. Let me have a look. So this guy dies. I'm going to take it on the Great Sword, which is this guy by here. So it's 2. Looking for 2s. He's fine. He's fine. So they do cause 1 wound. So this guy's dead. Then these guys get to pile in and attack. So the Sergeant and the guy have 5 attacks with the Carbonite blades. So these are hitting on 4s. Got 3 hits. Get rid of these. They are +1, so they're wounding on 3s, and 6s are rending. So we got 2 wounds. One of them is at rending, and one of them is just a normal save. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1 save. So there are AP3. So I'm going to put 1 of these on the Sergeant, which is that one, and then I'm going to do the Sergeant's artificial armor, which he gets. Right, so he's taking a wound. Then I've got the Tyrannic Greatsword. 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Both hit. I think it's +2 strength, so I think it's 2s. It's 2 wounds. I need to check that weapon now. Monstrous Strike and Rending on a 5+. So that's going to kill the Sergeant. And then because it's AP3, that does 1 wound to another guy. And put that guy on 1 wound, like so. Then we have to do a courage check for those guys. And they're fine, so they stay in combat. So that's the end of Night Lord's turn 4, and we'll be back now in just a sec with Dark Angel's turn 5. Dark Angel's turn 5. I've done their movement. I moved the recon squad forward. My plan with them is to use them out the gun to take out the Dreadnought and maybe the Power Fist also, so hopefully that works. Heavy bolters estate pot, my idea with them is just to shoot into Vex. I moved my plasma guys from there, outside the window of the building, down the hill, so they're not in line of sight of the rocket launchers anymore. Obviously I had to leave them in combat, and my dreadnought's still in combat. Go over to my shooting phase. These guys are going to open up on the dreadnought, so I'll do a melter gun from the sergeant. It hits. Melt the gun, I need to look up. That's definitely not a wound, that sucks. I don't even know if bolters can hurt a dreadnought. We'll find out now. 3s. 6s, I believe, because it's strength toughness 6. I need to actually have a look at that. This is a wound, so I'll have to make a save. Ooh, he freaking dies. A bolt that got him. He literally just needed a 2-up. Alright, so he blows up 4 inches, which is tagging 2 of those of that squad, and is targeting Vex, and probably some guys in there as well. What was it last time? I think it was 2 of them. It was about 3 of them, I'd say. About 5. So it's actually targeting these guys, the champion, him, and him. So it's 5 guys in there. I'll do the Dark Angels unit first. It's targeting 2 of them. So 3s, and then 3s. 1 dies. Then we'll do it on Vex. I think that's a wound. That is a save. Then we got 5 guys in there. Wounding on 3s. Sorry, this is in the building now. 2 hits, and then 3s. 1 of them die also. So I'll just take this guy. Just take this guy to make it easier, I guess. And then the dreadnought is removed. So there's that plan for the Dark Angels gone through. Next thing, I'm going to shoot my heavy bolters into Vex. So it's going to be 20 shots into Vex from the heavy bolters. He is going to evade. I forgot to evade over there with these guys when my rocket launcher shot at them. So these are the heavy bolters hitting on 3s. That was a miss. And then, because he's an independent character, we get +1 to wound. So, strength 5, so it's 3s, but it's going to be 2s now. Get rid of the 1s. There is no AP to this, so he'll just have his 2-up save and a 5-up shroud save. So he fails 2, then he has his 5-up. He passes 1 of those, so he just takes the 1 wound. Guys, Kratos have 3 wounds, so he's taken 2. He's actually got 1 wound left. So that was kind of clutch. He saved the other one. That is all my shooting. Then we're going to go into combat. I'm just going to do the big combat first in the center. So we got the champion with his 3 attacks. Those 2 hit. 5s. That's 1 wound. Oh, it's cocked. The dreadnought fails. He dies. He blows up 2 inches. 7 dice. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. And then 2 saves. And they save both of them. So that frees up those guys. So this dreadnought now is dead. Ooh. And then finally we have this combat. So now his sudden attack doesn't go off. So everyone is fighting on the same initiative. The 2 plasma guys are not in the combat. It's literally just the Raptor and the Deathwing. I'll do the Raptor first. So he has 2 attacks. And then 2 for Lightning Claw. So he has 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s, but he has Shred. That's 1 wound. It is rending on a 4-up invuln on the Greatsword, or the Titanic Tyrannic Greatsword, sorry. That's a save. And then they get to hit back. So the Sergeant has 3 attacks, the other guy has 2 attacks. Hitting on 4, so this is with the Carbonite blade, the smaller swords. Hitting on 4s. +1 strength, so these are 3s. Guys, it's not rending, it's just AP3. And because it's just the regular guy left and he has 1 wound, it just kills him. So that's the end of Dark Angels turn 5. They took out the Dreadnought and took out the Night Raptors. It is a bit close, so we've got the Tactical Marine Squad still in the fight with the champion, and we still got Vex, so it's up to these guys now to pull some weight. I think I need to get around to here to actually be in the deployment zone, and then it's like a triangle from corner to corner. So I'll be back now in just a sec with the Night Lords turn 5. So I've done the Night Lords movement. I moved Vex forward, and then I moved these guys backwards to here with their reaction. Then after that, my champion left the Tactical Marine Squad unit, so he's independent. And then the Tactical Marine Squads have taken position along the building. So my plan is to shoot everything from the Tactical Marine Squad into these heavy bolters. Plasma pistol into the heavy bolters. Then hopefully that will take some damage. Then I'm going to charge Vex into what remains, if anything does remain. And then hopefully that will take them out, and then Vex will be in the deployment zone. My champion, he is going to try and take out these guys along here. And then I'll just leave the 2 plasma guns and the 3 Death Wing Company. So that's basically my plan for the turn. Vex is going to shoot his oh no, they're not going to go first. He's not going to go first. The Tactical Marines are going to shoot back. The Tactical Marines are going to shoot into the heavy bolters, and the heavy bolters are not going to return fire. So they're just going to tank it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Marines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are getting double shots. These 3 aren't. So I think what I'm going to do Fury of the Legion. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 shots from these guys into the heavy bolters. So 21 shots, hitting on 3s. Then it's wounding on 4s. That's pretty good. Then it's going to be a 3-up save for the heavy bolters. Oh, okay. So they fail, 3 of them, so 3 of the heavy bolters die. Yes. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 of the heavy bolters are dead. Leaves it with them 2. My champion is going to shoot his pistol into these guys, because he wants to charge them. I need to check his ballistic skill actually. So it's pistol 2, so 2 hits as well I should say. So that's 2 hits. Strength 5, so it's 3s. It's 1 wound. Well, that's a save. That would have been a save as well, I'm pretty sure. So that was that. I am tempted to shoot my plasma pistol. My tactic given... I think it's better not to shoot my plasma pistol from Vex into them. So that's everything for shooting. Then I'm going to do some charges. So my champion's going to charge those guys are going to overwatch. So it's going to be 6 shots from them. Hitting on 3s. Wait, do I want to do this? Yeah, I have 2 reactions in this phase. I forgot. It's actually 2s, but it didn't matter. It was a 1, I'm pretty sure. It's 2 wounds. He has artificial armor. He's fine. He makes the charge. I'm just going to put him here because he can initial challenge anyway. So he has to initial challenge, so I will challenge the sergeant. The sergeant will accept, and there we go. And then it's going to be Vex's turn, charging the heavy bolters. So it's going to be 8 shots from the heavy bolters. This is a biggie. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2s actually, because he's an independent character. Because of my wing. Didn't matter. Ooh, that's not good. And then it's going to be artificial armor saves. Ooh, he gets it. Does he make the charge? An 8. So 8 is plenty to get to here. Like so, and then they're just fighting over a barricade. And I also believe that is in the control zone as well, or the deployment. So I'm going to start off with the champion. He gets to go before the sergeant, because the sergeant has a power fist, which isn't helping him. So the champion is hitting on 2s because he's 2 above him. So he gets 4 attacks because he charged. They all hit. Wounding on... Pretty sure that just straight up kills him because of rending. So the sergeant's dead. Yeah. And then I don't think they get to fight because they're not in the challenge, but the one is in the challenge is dead. I don't know how that works. So I'm just going to say no because they weren't in the challenge. Then we're going to do Praetor Vex, his combat. He gets to fight first and he's using his Executioner's Axe. So this is Vex's attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, pretty good. So these are strength 8, so it's 2s. It's 2. So there's 1. I believe that just straight up kills one guy. Okay guys, so these are at AP 3. This one's at breaching, so that one's on AP 2. So that kills a guy. But out of curiosity, if I actually bought artificial armor, would it have saved him? It would have, but he doesn't have it. So that kills the unit. Boosh. That's the end of the turn. Technically these guys have to make... Oh, he's actually Fear 3 now. These guys have to make a courage test. They're Fear 1. He calls it Fear 1 and he lost the Sarge. That's a fail. They run. Does he catch them? No. So these guys would just fall back. Like so. So that's the end of Night Lord's turn 5. Now we have to roll a dice to see if the game ends. 4 up. It's turn 5 to... it's turn 6. 1 to 3, it's not. So that is the end of the game. It ends on a 3+, there was 5 turns. And I've just got to work out the score. Well, this is the final score. It's 3-0 to the Night Lords. So Vex was a denying unit and he made it into the deployment of the Dark Angels. So that's worth 1 victory point. Attrition, the Night Lords killed more units. That's another victory point. And then they got Slay the Warlord because the Night Raptors killed Alexander. And then the Dark Angels didn't score any points because they didn't have much left. And they weren't in the enemy's deployment zone. Ooh, good morrow. Welcome to the after game chat. Freaking heck, it is melting in here. It is freaking boiling. Sorry if I got any of the rules wrong or mixed up. I thought that was a close game. I would have been interested to see if it went on for another turn, to see if the Deathwing and the Plasma Guns could have brought it back to kind of wipe out the 2 heroes. At first I thought the Dark Angel was going to just wipe the floor with Night Lords. I thought they got the tank, the Plasma Can Dreadnought. It was just like, ooh, I thought it was going to be an easy wipe. But I think the hill in the center of the board, even though it was a pain in the ass, because some of the models kept falling down the hill, which sucked, but I think the height of the hill and stuff made it interesting. I had to think and make my way around the tower or the building on top of the hill because I couldn't place models there either, which was quite difficult. So I had to think about movement, coherency and everything like that to put the models in. But at the end of the day, the Night Lords made it up there in the end. I was a bit hesitant sending the Tactical Marines up. It was difficult balancing them on top of the hill. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the map looked cool for you. It was my first time ever using like books to make a hill under the sheet. I mean, it looks cool. Like it makes the terrain more difficult to move around. It's not just easy, oh, I'll go there. So you might not have a choice to go there. I mean, like I couldn't pull those plasma guns back down because they just wouldn't stay out there. So if they can't be placed there, they can't go there. Otherwise you cheat them because you're moving them a lot further than you can. The objective was pretty simple, just get to the other side of the board edge. I thought that was pretty cool, especially with a cool centerpiece and having like 2 blocks of tactical marines going at it. That was badass. And then the dreadnought going in, the Legion dreadnought taking on the champion and some of the troops trying to hold them back for a few turns. But I think the heroes pulled it back a lot with the Night Lords, so the champion and the Praetor. Really good. It was kind of unfortunate that Praetor Alexandra fell quite easy. I did roll bad for his saves. Like, even if I saved that 2 up, he would have still have been alive, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have accepted the challenge and just let my bodyguard do it. But I guess I underestimated what lightning claws were like, so that's my B. I hope I played both sides effectively. Come on, you guys, I know I made a few mistakes there with the plasma guns. Maybe the tactical marines for the Dark Angels as well. But I did try my best. What's the problem with the plasma guns is well, they're very short range. And because of the way the building is, or how the building was in the centre, I just could not get line of sight or range on them, especially because of the way the hill was as well. And I didn't want to go all the way around because I was getting pinned down by missile launchers as well. Like, I lost half the squad. That's another mistake when I'm thinking about it. I didn't do evade with the plasma guns against the rocket launchers. That would have been probably a big deal. But then again, they didn't do much anyway after they fell back, so I don't know. If there was another turn, it might have made the difference, I guess. Because I would have just had more plasmas, and then I could have gone on, like, could have probably wiped Vex out of the deployment zone. I like the fact I had 2 units from each legion. Like, I had the Night Raptors, and then I had the Deathwing Company. I think it's cool that each legion has their own specific unit. It's badass. Maybe I should have built... leaned more into a Rite of War for the Dark Angels and maybe give them a stronger hero or 2 stronger heroes as well, because I think that would have made the difference, because the tanks are good. Don't get me wrong, I think if the tanks and the dreadnoughts maybe on a different map and there wasn't a hill and it was in the centre and there wasn't night fighting, I think they would have had a way bigger advantage. But because of the night terror tactics or wherever it is that the Rite of War I take for all Night Lords, because that's so good and it has to be night fighting, or at least for turn 1 to 2, it makes it hard to use them properly. Yeah, so I think I'll probably lean more into... I have looked at Pride of the Legion for Dark Angels, because I do have a lot of Terminators for Dark Angels. I haven't painted 5 of them up, but I do have like 15 painted, so I might lean into that more. Yeah, so better characters. Pick a Rite of War for the Dark Angels. What I might do as well, because they've shown that new models are coming out soon, so I might pick up like more dreadnoughts, more contempted dreadnoughts, maybe some for the Dark Angels, some for another one for the Night Lords and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just future project time. But the next thing I'm probably going to try with my Dark Angels is bring more Terminators and see how that does, and then choose like Pride of the Legion to take them in. And then I do have some other stuff to paint up for the Night Lords. But I'm not sure if I want to do another Legion with what I've got left to paint, because I've got a recon squad left to paint for the Night Lords, and that will take me up to about 1,500 points. And then I still got like a decent, I've got like 10 Terminators, a recon squad and a tactical squad, and the Land Raider Spartan. So I might make another Legion out of that, but I'm not too sure if I just want... or just to make it Night Lords. Oh, I have some bikes to paint for Dark Angels as well, thinking about it. Just let me know if you guys don't mind seeing Night Lords and Dark Angels fight a lot, because those are the only 2 legions I've got at the moment. Or if you want me to paint another legion, maybe give me an idea of what legion you would like to see in the comments below or something like that, so I kind of can plan ahead, sort of thing. Anyway guys, that's just some of my thoughts on the game. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.